Just do a sort of quick little follow-up to those trades, obviously, that we're sort of setting up through last week. But as you can see, sort of like, if we sort of unpack it a little bit where we were, we got that little sort of stuff around, play around here. Now, the second part of that trade that I was sort of breaking down was this part here where I said, look, it's broken the trend, it's come back up, clipped out the top. It was about here, I think, at the time, 51.20. And I was saying, so why would you do this? Why would this price action around this point happen? Well, you can see obviously now with the beauty of the sort of hindsight, but this is what I said at the time that, if they're sort of breaking down here and then they sort of shoot it back up here, take out the highs, that is just basically kind of like to burn out the early short positions. Like people go, okay, we've broken the trend. I get short. I put my stop above the high. What do? Boom, take it out. Take out the sort of textbook positions. And then obviously, as we said, or as I said, the 5108 was the trigger line. As you can see, finally got down under it, retest underside of it, and boom, so we come down here. So this was really the early indicator that something's up, and this is why you can sort of just look for the actual sort of structure and flow, or price action and flow, I should say. Disregard the fact that, okay, hey, it broke down here and then went back up to the top over here. Why did this happen? Well, it's because the price is going to be coming down over here. You know what I mean? So they just want to sort of burn out a couple of those positions. So as you can see, sort of came down here. It did hit this middle level, so we had those sort of four potential outcomes. This was a very unlikely one. The V shape is what I said. Obviously a higher low, double bottom, or lower low. So now that we can see that this thing's played out, this level down over here obviously came down, wicked down a little bit lower. But as I said with these things, look for the body fill. That's a safer sort of bet for price targets, at least to take sort of partial profits. But it tried for the double bottom, and this is what we said here. If it comes to the double bottom, where does the emphasis come? Well, it comes back on the bounce high, which is here, which is this little circle that we were looking at for here. Came up, tested this level again, unable to break through there. So where does the emphasis go? It comes back onto this level down here. And this is where this becomes quite an important sort of level, because you can see, obviously, they've held it, and bang, this time they didn't hold it. So what does it mean after that? Well, it doesn't mean it's sort of like, okay, game over, everything straight away. You need the three parts of this trade. And as you can see with this little structure here, we've got to break down, push back up, and then a lower low. So that's the next level of the structure. So the next leg down. What I do, broke down, shot straight back up, retested, and then took out the lows. So if you sort of look at what's happening at this point here, is like markets, these guys here, the buyers try to hold it. Buyers try to hold it. Buyers obviously this time didn't hold it, but what's happened is the price has gone down. The buyers haven't sort of freaked out and taken a loss. Of course, look, the reason that it sort of shot so fast is because the stops were being hit, and also selling pressure and all this kind of stuff. But the reason that this second part here came down and then sort of went and pushed down even lower, and obviously this part here as well, is because people don't not everybody takes a stop straight away just because it comes down through, because that fakes can happen. That people can sort of like basically just go for, oh, okay, we're just going to hit the stops and then we're going to springboard it back up. However, you get back up to this level here, all the people that bought here and bought here, they're like, look, I've got a chance to get out for even now because I was buying support. Maybe they bought support here as well for the idea that it was going to recover. It's broken through, back up here. Look, I can get out for zero and reevaluate where I want to sort of attack this thing. And that's what gives this second wave pushing down here with the structure here as well. So as you can see, it's obviously broken quite a considerable bit lower from where we were, 51.20 over there. We just hit sort of, 49.66 this morning. It does look like it's trying to go sideways, sort of build a little bit of a sort of support base through here. So we can maybe say that, look, this is a level that we can look at now. This is a level we can look at now. And you can see that this sort of same structure is the same sort of thing we got up over here. Whereas it's come down, leg one, leg two's come up and tested this previous level. Back here testing again. If this thing breaks through here, well, on we go moving down. If it can hold this area here, what are your outcomes? Your outcomes are potentially, a range like this. Your outcomes are potentially to come back up. But either way, the emphasis at the moment is back on this level over here. Should this break, should this hold this level here? You break this level down here, and we go on with the structure here. Should you break above this level, then what are you looking for? That's kind of what you're looking for, this level of the structure. And these highs are most likely going to be tested at these previous support resistance levels here as well. So that's the structure through here. And as you can see, we could start to sort of really just sort of build the structure all the way along. Look, not every level is going to hold forever, but it's about being able to sort of identify sort of what does it mean when this level breaks, what does it mean when this level holds, and then you can apply how you want to do your sort of positioning, that kind of thing with it all. But at the moment, we've got the outcomes of there, and the third outcome would be, obviously, if this doesn't hold, this will be signified by a close down underneath this level. So a close underneath 49.80, and that's the structure that we look for there. So there are sort of three kind of outcomes from this at the moment. But, you know, realistically, we've had a nice bit of chop for the morning. If it can hold this area here, then we're looking back up to retest and see what the sellers do at 5027. But at the moment, you can see it's obviously selling down. So, and it looks like at the moment, at least, it wants to push through here. We've got to sort of see what really happens, and we look for the close of this candle. So was it? It's only 12:30 now, so I only just opened this candle. Look for the close of this candle. This candle closes, this 30-minute candle closes below here. This is the structure we're looking for. If it closes above 49.80, this is the structure we're looking for. And then obviously, if it can close above 5032, this is the structure we're looking for. And this is why we're going to wait for our confirmations of the next move.